Hey, welcome back. I'm Chief Sarcan. Here's another last Caretaker video. This is my 5.0 clean ship build tour. I just wanted to update from my last ship tour that took advantage of the 5.0 changes, especially the sockets that allow you to pass through that can be added to the ship. So not much else has changed on the ship for the most part, except I now have the helo deck, the changed power connectors, and so on. So far I have 10 windmills on each side. Because I had extra space on the deck, I put a couple of solar panels just because. Coming up the front, so it's nice and clean. On the side, I have temporary connectors and sockets. This is for doing the whale, and I'll show you that in the next video. And then I have a drone charging station, and the reason why that one's there is so if I'm sailing looking for memories at sea, I can be flying around, my drone gets low on power, I just fly over here, I sit here for a second, boom, I got power, I go back to searching, looking for the memories. And that works even if you're at a facility. Like here, if I wanted to go up and look around for a memory, I could fly out as far as the drone could take me and come right back here and charge back up without having to drop it, and so on and so forth. Inside my inner deck house, I have 5 diesel, and then on the outside, as you can see there through the window, I have 5 more. My current setup is 10 diesel and 2 petrol and 8 oil. And the reason for that is your distillation tower produces 5 diesel and 1 petrol for every 3 oil. So basically it's a 2-to-1, but it's split between diesel and petrol. So 3 tanks of oil will fill up 5 diesel and 1 petrol is the math. Because of the space where I have this, I have 8 oil. I got 4 on each side. Now here you can see the new cabling I used to clean up my wire runs. And what I have here is from the outside, I have 3 separate runs, or 4 runs actually. 1 for oil, 1 for petrol, 1 for diesel, and then 1 for gas that runs all the way to my crafting station with no overlap. They don't share a line. So when you come in here, you have oil going across here, and across here with a line that drops over here and comes all the way to the oil connector. And then the same thing for the diesel. Comes up to the ceiling, and I stagger my lines so it's easy to tell which line I'm working with because it goes down straight, comes across, and comes out to both diesel production, petrol production, and or my diesel and petrol connections at the distillation tower. So there's the oil line, there's the diesel, there's the petrol, so on and so forth, coming to their own lines, and you can see they're kind of lined up here. This is the oil line coming across there. This is the diesel line that both goes up here and across to there, and so on and so forth. Then I have a gas line out here on the off chance I connect some trees and or I need to get exhaust into back here. And then I have the gas line coming all the way through. I have water production here with 1 expansion tank on the off chance I need to produce something that needs water. And then there's the gas lines that come into each connector that run out, so I don't have to rerun anything. So that's my basic setup here, and I do have my oxygen generation here on the off chance I need to produce a lot of oxygen, because I don't want to put an oxygen expansion tank here because they're just too damn big. Don't need them on the ship. This is my primary bio storage. So when I'm just out exploring, I dump the different types of bio in here, and then my pairs are here. But then I have the helo deck now that I set up. One for looks, mainly, is I like the way that the boxes kind of give you a sense of a landing area, not just a deck that's with open sides. And 2, because we're getting so much bio, these are my dump boxes for extra bio, which is great when you get to Pichon and you need lots of bio for fertilizer. So anyway, that's how come I set up my deck that way. I also have some solar panels on the roof They're just extra because there's a flat space and why not? And then I use the pass-through things to bring it down so I don't have things going through my window looking dumb. It reaches to here and then I plug in there. So that's that. We're almost done. Hey, giving a tour with the drone is actually kind of nice. Recharged. So then we come out here. Let's go back down, finish the tour in the back. So up on the roof, I have 4 of every box, 4 boxes for every resource. So when you come here and you look down the roof, iron, plastic, fabric, glass, copper, rubber, so on and so forth, all the way to the back. And then the back room is just kind of for display stuff. But I have power on each side up at top, and then my stabilizers. I got 2 stabilizers on each side. I found that they draw too much power and wasn't really worth more than 4. So I did that. On this side, we have our grinder and our reclaim grinder, and this reclaim grinder obviously has an oil dump that takes you right to the tanks. So there we go. That is indeed my setup for the ship. Nice, clean, simple, not too much. I do have water generation here, though I don't ever plan to use it. I just put it there just because we have the water pump, and since I can't move the water pump, you might as well have a full setup on the off chance you need it. Other than that, that's it. Oh, last note. Inside the bridge, I put my sonar right in the middle, the power thing over here, but I keep them off until needed because you really only need them when you're driving. So let me show you this real quick, and then I'll close out the ship's tour video. Got to be a little longer than I was expecting, but that's okay. So here, this is positioned in a way so if I'm driving, I like to drive in this view. So if I turn this on and I'm driving and there's land nearby, you now can see you're driving over land. So that indicates, okay, I'm looking for something like a cave or one of the seed vaults. I can slow down because I'm now over land, because normally you're not going to see anything. And then I can come stand here until I'm ready to drop the anchor. Now keep in mind, as you can see here, it's saying there's resources down there. The problem with this is if you go collect those resources, it does not clear this. This is a representation where the game generates resources, not a representation of any resources you've collected. So if like you do a grave, you clean it out completely, it's still going to show you all the places there's potential resources, even though you've collected them. Just a food for thought. Anyway, and then, you have this. It just gives you all the ability to turn things on and off from here rather than going and turning off sockets or individual units. So anyway, there you have it. The ship's tour of my way of doing things. I find it curious how some people want to overload the ship, but I don't think that's really necessary, especially with we have 3 whales, we have black veil, and you can generate stuff on your ship with your distillation stand. You never have a reason to really have too much more because you don't need oxygen generation really on your ship except to make grenades. You don't need methane because those are for the salutation to make oxygen, right? So anyway, yeah, I'm not going to begrudge how people want to do it. That's the beauty of this game. That's why this game is so fun, because there's so many ways everybody can do it. I like to keep it simple, and this is my setup. I hope you liked it. Leave a comment. Ask for something else you want to see about the game and or any other game. I'm open for that, and we will see you in a future video. Thank you for coming out and checking me out. Appreciate it. You have a good day.